everybody. This is Norm from Two Guys Farming. How are you? We are back on Chellington Extended, and this is episode 5. We are on field 19, I believe. Is it? Hold on. Actually, I think field 9. That was pretty close. So we're just about ready to get started. I'm gonna see if this works. We had a course loaded in from the last episode, and maybe not. Let's try that again. So we're gonna bring out, there we go. This will help us kind of get him started on that path. That should do it. No? Huh. Boy, he really wants to go down there. Okay. Let's try and just bring him a little bit further down. Alright, now we'll try it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we've got our Deutz Far, and he's, as you can see, cultivating on field 9. He's been working hard. Yeah, I mean, he's, yeah, it's a pretty big field, and that's a 3-meter cultivator, so he's been working hard. We actually caught him stealing some naps at the end of a few rows in the last episode, but we're not going to give him a hard time. This is our other Deutz Far with our Kuhn front mower and our Pottinger Euroboss forage collector. We're cutting and collecting grass for chaff, but we're not going to get to that right now. What we're going to do is, as you can see, we're on field 1 right now, and we're going to just keep harvesting here. Now, if you're new to the series, when we started the first episode, I did not turn off withering. So obviously that means that from the beginning of this series, it was a race against the clock to harvest as much as we could before the crops withered. So as you can see, this field is withering. So it looks like it's about halfway. And we're just going to try and get as much of it done as possible. So we can take a look at everything. Obviously in red is in the process of withering or is withered. But we did okay. We managed to harvest 6, 9, 10, 11, and 17. And a little bit of 1. So, you know, I think that's a pretty good job considering we only had 1 combine. You know, that's respectable. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so we're going to just finish up this field. I don't think we're going to be able to get much more. And the plan for the next steps are we're going to have to sell some grain. As you can see, we get about 345,000 liters of barley and about 145,000 liters of wheat. And then we've got some canola, some corn, potatoes, sugar beets, and some wood chips. So earlier we just saw the other Deutz Far, and he is cutting grass and dropping it off at the chaff bunker next to the BGA processor. So we've got, I think, about 150,000 liters in that first chaff bunker. I think our goal is to get it up to a couple of 100,000, maybe a little bit more. And then we're going to cover it, we'll get it fermented, and then we'll let that ferment over time while we continue to cultivate and fertilize and seed our existing crops. But once it is fermented and turns into silage, we're going to need a front loader. So our next step is to buy a front loader with a attachment and a bucket. I was looking at the, I've got a, there we go. Yeah, so I've got a really nice Deutzfahr mod. This is a high quality mod. It has a front loader. It's 71,000, 110 horsepower, which isn't great, but it will serve our purposes of being able to collect silage from the chaff bunker to the BGA processor. And once we're doing that, then we're in pretty good shape, because then we're making some money, and then we're able to really start thinking about some larger tools and implements. One, I think we definitely need a bigger cultivator, because we've got a ton of fields. So I think it's 16 fields we have. So we're going to want a bigger cultivator so that we can start to cultivate all these fields. A lot of them, about 9 or 10 of them, are withered. So we'll want to cultivate those fields, we'll want to fertilize them, and then sow them. So we're going to need bigger equipment than what we have now if we hope to do it in any kind of speedy fashion. Because with the equipment we have now, it will take forever. So we really want to speed things up. So in order to do that, we'll need better equipment, and in order to afford that, we're going to have to start selling some silage. And in order to do that, we're going to have to start dumping it into the BGA. In order to do that, yep, you guessed it, we're going to need a front loader. So that's the plan. We're going to finish this field. Not sure how much of it we'll be able to get before it all withers, but we'll just keep going here. We want to get every little bit that we can. It all adds up for sure. I don't know how many people play with withering turned on, but I kind of like it that way because it adds a layer of realism, number one, because obviously in real life your crops, if you can't leave them there forever. You've got to harvest them or they're going to die. So I like it for that reason. And I also like it because it really kind of forces the gameplay. If we didn't have withering turned on, we would be free to harvest all of those fields at whatever time frame we wanted to. So I like having kind of the race against the withering clock, if you will. Just for me, I enjoy it because it adds a little layer of strategy involved. In the first or second episode, we were talking about, instead of buying another Deutzfahr and front mower and pottinger forage wagon, if we should instead have bought another combine. We decided against that because it would have been expensive, which would have meant we would have had to sell off everything we had in order to be able to afford another one of these New Hollands. And then, which, may have allowed us to harvest maybe 1 or 2 more fields at best. But then we would have been sitting with a harvester that wasn't getting any use because all the rest of our equipment was so small that it was taking forever for us to cultivate and seed. So I think we went with the right option, grabbing the extra Deutzfahr front mower and Pottinger forage wagon, because now we've got close to a couple of 100,000 liters of chaff in the bunker, so we're that much closer to being able to process that in the BGA and make some good money. Not serious money, definitely not serious money yet, but some decent money. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the all-wheel drive on. I think we're slipping a little bit there. So we're gonna unload the Holland. So we'll hop back in here. Not much left to harvest. In fact, nothing left to harvest. This might be the last little bit in the map. This little triangle. So, that's okay. I think we did okay. So, I'm not really at all disappointed. We only had a couple of instances where the harvester was sitting idle waiting to be emptied, and even those were both, you know, pretty short. So we I think we did as best as we could given the circumstances, for sure. Here, come up to this little piece up top. There we go, looking good. Since we started this farming series on this map. So this New Holland has been going straight out the whole time. So we'll just kind of keep grabbing this stuff. I think we'll just grab these little triangles here and back to the case. We'll unload. And then we'll bring the New Holland back to the farm, and we'll park it for a while, give it a little rest, and then we will get the case. We will throw a seeder on the case, and we'll start seeding some of these fields that we have. There we go. Well, that wasn't much. Okay, now, how do we get out of here is the question. Oh, there's the road. Okay. So, let's head down here and we'll drop off the header on the trailer. Cover that up. Absolutely filthy. Nothing is clean, that's for sure. But that's a sign of a hard-working farm, I suppose, right? Okay, so the case is going to follow me down. Perfect. And I will drop the header off. So we'll have him wait there. And let's see how we're doing. That looks pretty good. Okay. Pretty cool. Get the beacons on as we're going to be heading out onto the road soon. Alright. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but let's see how the case handles those little... Oh. Excellent. Okay. I thought he was going to actually follow the other maneuvers I made, but okay, cool. I didn't know that. I guess it's only the maneuvers you make after you ask him to wait. So I think we've got a car coming down here. We do. So we're going to wait, and we'll ask him to wait, otherwise he's going to run right into the back of us. And there's another car, so I just want to wait until we get these cars going by so we don't crash into any of them. Looks clear on this side, so we'll just wait for this van. The Deutz-Fahr is slipping. Okay. Uh-oh. Is the case gonna make it? Ooh. It's not gonna make it. So let me do this. I'm gonna pull off to the side of the road here. Back this guy up a little bit. We'll let these cars go. Okay. Get another car. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the back entrance into Chellington so that I can empty the Marshall trailer. Looks cool. So we'll empty this, we'll put the trailer away. And let's see, that should do it there. Bad. We finished with 162,000. Not sure if you guys heard that, but the actual engine was idle had increased as it was lifting the Marshall, which was pretty cool. So I guess we're gonna we'll put the cover on and put the Marshall in here. It's getting dark. These guys are probably wondering when they're going to be able to knock off for the day. But no rest for the wicked, I say. Yeah, we're just going to definitely put in the New Holland at the farm, and we'll park that for a good while because I think right now we only have one field that's been planted, so pull up our field status menu and take a look at, I think 6 is the only one that has been seeded up to this point. So we'll take a turn here. Oh, and we hit that shrub again. Yeah, you really got to be careful driving around this map. Yeah, see? It's just hitting that right there on the left. So I'm sure Oxygendavid had a reason for making those collidable. So in the previous version of the map, they were not, as I've mentioned at least a couple times in previous episodes. And I think probably it's because he wanted to make it a little bit more realistic as far as being able to cross through those hedgerows and bushes and whatnot. Alright. Actually, let's just close it up. Shut off our turn signal. And there we go. Yeah. Nice job. Okay, so now what we want to look at is for some reason I'm not able to bring up my mouse cursor. That's weird. You have to be in it. Okay. So field 6, yeah, seeded and fertilized. So that's in the process of growing. Field 1, nope, that's withered. Field 9, he's almost done, 86% cultivated. Then we're going to seed that one next, or actually fertilize it. So let's go just I think what I'm going to do is we got to keep this guy moving. Literally, he's not going to stop. So I think what I will do, we've got to drop this load of chaff. So let's do that. And then we'll drop the front mower. And we want to go this way. Yeah, we'll drop this chaff at the chaff bunker. Then we're going to go to the farm, Chellington farm. We'll drop the front cutter, the Pottinger forage wagon. We'll pick up the fertilizer and we'll start to fertilize field 9. And then I will grab the case and we'll start to seed field 9. I think what we want to do right now is just really try and now seed as many fields as possible. So just gonna wait for traffic here. We don't have a beacon, so I'll just put on the flashers, hazard lights. Oop, be careful there. Try not to hit the sign like we've done at least a few times. So I think this is going to be a shorter episode, which is probably a good thing. I've been trying to get them down, still learning the editing software, but I think for this episode it'll be a little bit shorter, which is probably a good thing. And we'll just, that's the cell point, that's the dairy cell point. And now let's just see how much. I'm going to leave the front mower on because that will hopefully act as somewhat of a weight. And let's see how much we have. 150. So this will bring it to 170. It's not a lot. I mean, it's certainly better than nothing, but it's definitely not as much as we would like. However, I do want to start seeding. But I need to fertilize it first. Maybe I just have the case fertilize field 9, and then when he's done, have him seed it, and then keep cutting grass with this setup here. What do you guys think? I don't know that's going to make a huge difference either way, but I would like, yeah, I mean really it's just kind of a balance. I think what I'll do is, because it's only 170,000 liters, which isn't, I mean it's okay, but it's not great, definitely not great. I mean you can see it's only 17%, this chaff bunker is only 17% full. I'm gonna have, okay, so we're 100%. I'm gonna leave him here for now, and for right now, let's see how close he is. He's still got about, I don't know, 8 or 10 rows left. You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna drop the Pottinger and front mower here. I'm renting a little space just over here in this garage. So I'm going to drop both of these here. Then I'm going to go pick up the fertilizer. And then I will have the case follow me to 9. Because the good thing is the fertilizer I have is 12 meters. So I'll be able, and the seeder I have I believe is 6. So the Deutz-Fahr with the fertilizer is going to be way ahead of the seeder. And the other Deutz is almost done cultivating 9, so there's not going to be anyone bumping into anybody, so we're good there. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good plan. I'm going to fertilize 9 with this. The case will follow me with the seeder, and then once 9 is fertilized, I'll go grab the front mower and Pottinger, and then I'll start finishing cut 18. Whatever I get out of 18, I'm going to go with. Hopefully it's close to 210 or 20,000 liters. That, I think, would be ideal for us because, you know, 220,000 liters of chaff is a decent amount. We can sell that off and make, you know, some decent cash. So that's pretty good. Should be enough for us to buy a larger cultivator, a front loader. I know I was looking at that Deutz front loader tractor. The only thing I don't like about that I'm not crazy about, is that it's pretty singular. Whoa. as far as capabilities. It's really just kind of a around the farm tractor. You know, it's good at moving stuff, and where's our seeder? It's down here. Sorry, fertilizer. It's good at moving stuff around and, you know, light yard work, and you know, it could definitely fertilize. It would struggle a little bit with cultivating, I think. So I guess, let me just make sure this is, no, it's not. That was a good thing I checked. So let's get this filled up. Okay. Looks cool. So now we'll hop in the case and there we go. Where is he? Come on. Is he stuck? Oh boy. Not sure how that happened, but sometimes if he starts at an angle, it can really mess him up. But we'll try. This should be, that should be better. Okay. There he is behind us. He's kind of on the side of the road, but that's because I am, so. Boy, it's look at the glare from his headlights on my windscreen. It's pretty cool. Alright. And I hit the wall, I guess. Okay. So I do not have a course set, but what I want to do is just, let me just bring the case in here. Alright, so I think he looks like he's almost done, which is good. So now this field is a little funky because Courseplay has a little difficulty with this one, but let's see, should be okay. Do I need a headland? You know what? I probably do. I'm gonna only do one. I can probably get away without it, but I have a feeling. So we're gonna do southeast to the west, and headlands are a little funky with fertilizers, but gonna do it. So let's get him on his way. He's missing a little bit of that edge, which is a little surprising. But for right now, let's just clean this up a little bit. And actually, do we have? No, we don't. Okay. Just wondering if I already had a fertilizer. But okay, so field 9, and this is a 24-meter fertilizer, and we started southeast, and we're going west, and we're doing one headland. I know everyone kind of has their own kind of code that they use. This is kind of the one that I use just because it tells me the area of coverage for the fertilizer, and then where the start is, and then if there's a headland or not. Mostly because at some point I'll probably get a bigger fertilizer, and then when you mix the tools with different courses. Now this is an interesting little thing that he's doing here. Oh, did I do that? Is he doing? Yeah, he should be doing the headland first, but it looks like he's doing the rows first. Huh. Alright, not sure about that, but anyway. Yeah, so now... Actually, I have a feeling this guy... Okay, yeah, well, yeah, he's just about done. Good. Awesome. This guy has been working his tail off. I think we're okay here. Yeah, I think we're okay. So now let's figure out, where does the cultivator go next? I guess 10. We'll send him to 10, and then I guess 11. You know, I wonder, when you cultivate a withered field, does the withered crop then become fertilizer? That's an interesting question. I have no idea, actually. If anyone does, let me know, because that could save a lot of time and money fertilizing. I'm not sure even if that's like a ridiculous question or not, but I wonder. Okay, so let's get the case started up. And now I think, if I'm not mistaken, do we have... No, we don't. Okay. You know, I thought we may have had a sowing course, but yeah, this is the first time we're sowing 9, so I guess we wouldn't. Okay. $3 meters. Oh, I guess. Yeah, sometimes it won't register. You gotta open it up. Not sure why. Yeah, 6 meters, so that's better. So again, southeast, headed west, headland, then yeah, so but now I know this one starts all the way up here. And I think I've got to close this. Okay. Looks good. So let's save this. Field 9. 6 meter. So. Southeast to the west. One headland. Must be doing something. I was always under the impression that I guess the arrow points. Alright. Well, that shouldn't be a big deal. It will only be a big deal if he treats it as if it doesn't have a headland, because the headland hasn't been done yet. But as long as he turns inside of that headland, then we should be fine. And I just realized we're planting canola, which is that's fine. It wasn't my choice. It was just basically because it was on canola, so that's okay. And finally, we're getting done. We're going to need some fuel, and we're looking good here. And this is pretty much that's a nice shot, huh? The plane. Come back down here, get a screenshot. Oh, that's pretty nice too. I mean, this game, I keep saying it over. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but it is just, it's so cool. Just visually, it's an awesome looking game. Look at that plane. It's just like so cool. So let's just kind of okay. All right. Oh, there's a round bale. That was episode 2, I think. How did I miss that? Alright. Just about there. This is looking good. Excellent. And he's free. Wow, he's empty already? Okay. Well. Actually, to me I bought, or did I? Yeah, I did buy a service wagon. And I think he's right over here. Yes. Awesome. So, let's go get it. Very cool. Lower that. Does it help with the light at all? Not really. This somewhere where it's not going to be in the way, which of course is impossible. I put it on this side of the road actually because I need to get onto this side to get the fertilizer. at the other Deutz. This is Chellington Extended Farming Series MVP right now, for sure. I mean, this guy just worked, never complain, never said a word. He's just been going non-stop. So what we're gonna do is let's get him some gas, and we're filled up here. So why don't we do this? Oh, that dip. Yeah, see, that dip is, again, we're stuck on a branch. Son of a gun. Let me just, yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to pick up right where we left off. Which is right around here. Beautiful. Looking good. Yep, so these are okay. All in the right folder. And let's just see. Yeah, he's gonna do that headland after. Okay. That's fine. Just as long. Now it looks like there's plenty of room up here, but on the opposite side, I know that's not to be the case. Boy, that was kind of even a little path there. I guess the best way to avoid that is you make the width of the tool or implement actually smaller than it is. But then of course you've got an overlap, so then of course, you know, it takes longer, less efficient, spending more money on seed and whatnot. So I'll just, when he does the headland, I'll just go cover those little spotches up, I guess. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, so I think what we'll do next is where can I drop this cultivator? I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'm gonna bring this Deutz-Fahr and cultivator back to the main farm, park them. It's late, it's getting dark, and this guy has just been an MVP worker for sure. So we're gonna reward him with a nice, relaxing end of the day. Throw the cultivator in the barn, and I just wish I could only wash these things off, but yeah, we definitely don't have the cash or anything like that. So right now done. And then this is the barn I use, I think, for my tractors. Kind of throw them right in here. Yeah. Nice. Looks good. park that. And he's almost done. And let's see how the case is doing. Case is doing good. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we'll finish fertilizing this, and then we will call it a night and an episode. I think, you know, so far so good. I think we're getting there, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, appreciate any feedback in the comments section. Let me know what you would maybe have done differently or a different strategy. Feel free to leave a like, or hey, even a dislike. I'm a big boy. I can take it. And also feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing a video a day. So if you're thinking these are pretty good, you're enjoying watching them, hit the subscribe to be able to get them a lot easier and quicker. So thanks very much, and I will see you guys in the next episode. See you later, and take care.